Greetings. The topic of today's lecture is love. Much of what I say today will completely challenge the way that you perceive the concept of love. I would like to begin with several quotes from some of the truly great masters of love, and these are children. Chrissy, age 6, says, "Love is when you go out to eat and give somebody most of your French fries without making them give you any of theirs." Karen, age 7, says, "When you love somebody, your eyelashes go up and down and little stars come out of you." Terry, age 4, says, "Love is what makes you smile when you're tired." Billy, age 4, says, "When someone loves you, the way they say your name is different. You know that your name is safe in their mouth." I love you. I love you. When I say these 3 words, every single person has a different reaction. Each reaction is different because the connotation of this phrase is different to each and every person. In modern Western society, love is a concept that is usually reserved for people with whom we have particular relationships, i.e., I love my husband or wife, I love my father or mother, I love my son or daughter, I love my brother or sister, I love my boyfriend or girlfriend, etc., etc. We love them because they are our husband or wife, mother or father, etc., etc. We only care about them because in some way we feel that they belong to us. This type of love is possessive by its very nature, and in fact, isn't really a form of love at all. What we here in our society often perceive to be love is in fact attachment. We think we love someone or something, but we don't love them for who they are. We love them because of what they can do for us. We are simply attached to the way that these people make us feel. Often, the words "I love you" are related to a romantic type of love that implies exclusivity. When you say "I love you" to your girlfriend or boyfriend, husband or wife, you are saying that you love them and them only. This type of love can be dangerous, and often is not in fact love at all, but is desire. The majority of, if not all, of human suffering has its roots in desire. Whether these desires are fulfilled or unfilled is not of importance. The real problem with the aforementioned type of love is the exclusivity of it. We are not able to extend our feeling of love and compassion towards all beings. Eros was the Greek god of love, particularly that of romantic love. The English word erotic is derived from the Greek eros. Eros, the god, was said to have the power of making people so-called fall in love with others. He often used this power to exact punishment or revenge. He used this power in wrathful ways, and what he did was he made these people strongly desire others, thus leading them to the highest form of suffering. This type of desire is endless, it is ceaseless. It is similar to drinking salt water, in that the more salt water you drink, the more you want, until you have killed yourself by drinking too much of this salt water. Cupid is the Roman equivalent of Eros. He too was said to make people so-called fall in love, and strongly desire others in order to exact punishment, wrath, or revenge. So, remember, the next time Valentine's Day comes around, please pray that Cupid's arrows do not pierce you, for great suffering is sure to ensue. What is love? Dictionary.com defines love as a profoundly tender, passionate affection for another person. The key here is that we love the other person. We do not love them for what they can do for us, but rather, we love them for who they themselves are. Unconditional love then means that we love someone or something, no matter what the circumstances, and we love them for their true nature and nothing else. We love them and want them to be happy, no matter the circumstance. What is the best way to love a bird? Is it to keep it locked in the cage? Or perhaps would it be to leave the cage door open so that the bird could leave but also could fly back in freely if this was the option? Richard Bach, the author of the bestseller Jonathan Livingston Seagull, said, If you love something, set it free. If it comes back, it's yours. If it doesn't, then it never really was. Developing unconditional love is not easy. This requires a certain refuge of inner strength, and it requires a certain confidence and trust in the love that is present in one's own hearts. This unconditional love is a desire that we must extend to all beings. For only when we really love all beings are we truly free and able to love any single other person. This type of love also requires great courage. The following excerpt is from The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. If in your fear you would seek only love's peace and love's pleasure, then it is better for you that you cover your nakedness and pass out of love's threshing floor, into the seasonless world where you shall laugh, but not all of your laughter, and weep, but not all of your tears. Love gives not but itself, and takes not but from itself. Love possesses not, nor would it be possessed, for love is sufficient unto love. When you love, you should not say, God is in my heart, but rather, I am in the heart of God. And think not you can direct the course of love, for love, if it finds you worthy, directs your course. Love has no other desire but to fulfill itself. But if you love, and must needs have desires, let these be your desires: to melt, and be like a running brook that sings its melody to the night, to know the pain of too much tenderness, to be wounded by your own understanding of love, and to bleed willingly and joyfully, to wake at dawn with a winged heart and give thanks for another day of loving, to rest at the noon hour and meditate love's ecstasy, to return home at eventide with gratitude, and then to sleep with a prayer for the beloved in your heart and a song of praise upon your lips. There's a short story by Leo Tolstoy that I like so much. I actually wrote my own adaptation of the story a while back. In this story, the central character explains that there are 3 principles by which he lives his life. 1. The most important time is now. It is always the present moment. 2. The most important person in his life is always the person that he is with in the present moment. And 3. The most important action for him to take is to love the person or people that he is with in the present moment. When these 3 principles are followed, then unconditional love follows. Unconditional love follows because this great big love has now been extended to encompass every being that one is with in every single moment of one's life. Before I was leaving New Zealand, after living there for nearly a year, one of my best friends said to me, "Samir, I am going to miss you a lot." I looked him right in the eyes and said to him, "I will not miss you, but I love you right now with all of my heart." So often do we have this misconception that we must miss people in order to love them. Rather, we should focus on loving those that we are with in the present moment, and when we are alone, on loving ourselves fully, deeply, and completely. However, when we do think of people and remember them, it is essential that we remember them well. This is the best way to love someone who is no longer with us, or with you, is to remember them well. A friend of mine sent a wonderful story in an email a little while back, and I would like to share it with you today. This story is titled The Sand and the Stone. 2 friends were walking through the desert. During some part of the journey, they had an argument, and one friend slapped the other in the face. The one who got slapped was hurt, but without saying anything, wrote in the sand, "Today my best friend slapped me in the face." They kept on walking until they found an oasis where they decided to take a bath. The one who had been slapped got stuck in the mire and started drowning, but the friend saved him. After he recovered from the near drowning, he wrote on a stone, "Today my best friend saved my life." The friend who had slapped and saved his best friend asked him, "After I hurt you, you wrote in the sand, and now you write on a stone. Why?" The friend replied, "When someone hurts us, we should write it down in sand, where winds of forgiveness can erase it away. But when someone does something good for us and helps us, We must engrave it in stone where no wind can ever erase it. For love to be present, there must be an understanding of the unity of all things. Love and unity go together like the in-breath and the out-breath. For as long as one sees the things of the world as separate from one another, then one is not able to directly experience true love. As long as there is separation, then this division yields to a sense of mindness. This sense of mindness, by its very nature, requires attachment, and it requires us to only care for things in relation to ourselves. But when unity is perceived, then universal love is born. When interconnectedness is seen in all things, when the sky and the sea are but one's own reflection, then love is born. Love is born through the realization that if I hurt another, then I am also hurting myself. This sense of unity is necessary in order for love to be present. Duality and separation cannot exist with love, for love is beyond any sense of duality or separation. There's a wonderful passage from the Tao Te Ching that expresses this well. When beauty is recognized in the world, ugliness has been learned. When good is recognized in the world, evil has been learned. We must love people no matter the circumstance. Jesus of Nazareth said, "Love thy enemy." We must also be able to love and have compassion for those who hurt us or who cause us harm. This is true love. This is universal love. To be able to extend our love and compassion to those who have caused us the greatest hurt, the greatest harm, and the greatest suffering. This is highly imperative. The Chinese persecution of Tibet has been sadly happening for some time now. However, the Buddhist community in Tibet understands that their greatest enemy is not the Chinese government and militia that are persecuting them. Rather, it is the anger that can be generated in their own hearts. It is for this reason that they regularly practice loving kindness towards the Chinese and that they have compassion towards them. We must love even those who have harmed us or hurt us the most, and we must love them openly and joyfully with a boundless heart. I will conclude with a passage from the Saint Mother Teresa. People are unreasonable, illogical, and self-centered. Love them anyway. If you do good, people may accuse you of selfish motives. Do good anyway. If you are successful, you may win false friends and true enemies. Succeed anyway. The good you do today may be forgotten tomorrow. Do good anyway. Honesty and transparency make you vulnerable. Be honest and transparent anyway. What you spend years building may be destroyed overnight. Build anyway. People who really want help may attack you if you help them. Help them anyway. Give the world the best you have and you may get hurt. Give the world your best anyway. Dear friends, thank you for joining us here today, and remember to walk the sacred path of love with courage, joy, and enthusiasm. Blessings.